Oh, we're here on another micro adventure again. Got in about 7 o'clock tonight. Unfortunately, the sun sets pretty early now. So we don't have much light to work with, but we'll do what we can here. We're back at Harold Park State Forest again. So, as you can see, this is kind of a fairly large campsite I'm in. We got my van over here, Wolf and Jack over here, and we got the fire pit, picnic tables way up there, and lots of open space. So, kind of a big campsite. I didn't need anything this big, but yeah, I like to try different campsites when I come here. So we don't have a lot of daylight here, but we got to get the light set up, and I got to show you a couple of things. First thing I want to show you is a new shelving system I installed in the van this week. Right here on the door, one side. I actually got two of these. The other one's just inside the van here on the side of my desk area. So I was oftentimes grabbing a lot of stuff like say dish detergent, dish soap here. I guess it's dish detergent, and I just leave the stuff just sitting on the floor here and trip over them and everything else, and it's just becoming a pain. So I decided to get a couple of these cases here. Now it fits right inside the case. I got my dish soap, I got my hand soap, cooking spray, hand sanitizer, my mouthwash, sunscreen, and it's a handy place to keep my pepper spray too. So for a little bit of self-defense, right there on the side of it. And inside this one here, we've got my insect repellent, fire extinguishers, more sunscreen, conditioning spray to throw in my hair when it gets caught in the rain, more insect repellent, and my flashlight. Quick and easy to grab the flashlight right there too. So I think this is going to be a good spot for this. Okay, the next task I got to work on is putting the lights up on the van, and I got something else to show you. And if you're wondering, yes, I did take the kayak off the roof temporarily. Next about a week from now, anyway, I am heading out to Letchworth State Park with my brother, and it's about 400 miles each way. Actually, probably more than that. I'm probably putting about 1,000 miles on my van by the time the trip is said and done. And I think anything on the roof is going to add wind drag, and I'm not going to be doing any kayaking out there, so what's the point? So I took it off. Plus, I've got to drop the van off, Wolf and Jack, at the shop tomorrow, actually. So as soon as I head out of the campground here, I got to go get the van ready to be dropped off. Nothing major, mainly just an oil change, tire rotation, things like that. Get it ready for its bigger adventure coming up here. So that's what's coming up there. So that's why I took the kayak off for now, because in the shop there, they'll probably have to put it up on the lift, and the van's already pretty tall. And having that extra stuff on the roof. I'll take my ham radio antennas off the roof too before I drop it off. Anyway, I got a new toy to show you. In addition to those storage containers that I added, and they look pretty neat there. You can see them back there. This is a good addition to the setup here. But I got myself a trail cam. I'm going to try mounting it onto the side of the van tonight. And this is it. It's a cheap one. Only cost me $25 on Amazon. Runs on 4 AA batteries, and has a micro SD card on board. Actually, no, it's got a full SD card on, not micro SD, full SD. It's not a great quality one, doesn't take great quality pictures, but we're going to try it out up here. Now, you may be asking why I bought myself a trail cam. Well, it's because of this. This little bent piece of metal here. A little curve right here. This is one of the tripod legs to my little antenna for ham radio use that I deployed in my last trip up in Maine. And I stayed there. I didn't show this part on video here, but when I went to take the antenna down, I found one of the tripod legs bent, which is pretty interesting. It's just an aluminum rod, but aluminum's weaker metal, of course, but still. Something came along during the night, because I left the antenna out all night, and stepped on the tripod. I would love to have known what did that. I'm suspecting something like a moose or something, but I never saw it. I was in the van all night, so I slept right through it. The antenna was still standing, otherwise unharmed. All my ground radios were where they were and everything else, but I was rather surprised to find this bent when I got up in the morning. That and the black cap on the end is missing. I have no idea. So, I bought this. I'm going to try it out. If this works out, I'll eventually invest in a better version of it. Love to get one that has Wi-Fi on it that I could actually pull my phone out and actually see what's on the camera while I'm sitting in the van. This one doesn't even have a view screen, so I can't even aim the camera. I just got to set it up and hope that it sees something. Now, it came with a couple of mounting options. One is a mounting plate with a adapter on it. You bolt that on there, and then it threads onto the back with a regular 1/4 thread. I could also mount this just onto a tripod if I wanted to. It also comes with a strap. It's just a simple strap. It's designed to strap it around the tree, but this is what I'm going to be using to strap it onto one of the roof racks of the van instead. So, it's kind of too long for what I need, but it will work. so let's give this a try and see what it does tonight. And we'll continue trying it out through the trip to New York next week. We'll see tomorrow when I take a look at the contents of the memory card. So I got it installed up here now. It's not turned on yet, but there it is. I got it actually aimed at a slightly downward angle so it can look down into the campsite out there, which you can no longer see because it's so dark out already. Just open it up. Flip this switch to on. And it starts a 10-second countdown. As you can see, there's a red light blinking telling you that it's powered up now and ready to go. Once that light stops blinking, it will be activated, which it is now. So, not sure how well it's... Yep, there it goes. Yep. Taking my picture now. There you go. We have the camera. Okay, the camera's up. It's getting too dark to film outside anyway, so I'm going to just set the camera down for a bit. I'm going to get the fire pit going, and we'll check in with you in a little bit. Probably inside the van later on. So I had a good night out by the fire pit tonight. That was kind of fun. Just sat there for probably a couple hours. Pulled my tablet out, watched some YouTube. Got a little hungry, so I actually took a couple of Pop-Tarts. Wrapped them up in tinfoil and tossed them on the cooking grate on the fire pit. That was good. That worked out well. So, had myself a nice little snack. So it got a little chilly out. As you can see, I ended up putting a sweatshirt on. I got sweatpants on too. It was, what is it now? 57 degrees out there. So yeah, it's a little on the chilly side now. So, yeah, I definitely enjoyed the warmth of the fire, but I did need the extra layers tonight. It's chilly. I'm not complaining though. I love this cooler weather. I wish it would stay a little bit longer, but apparently it's going to warm up again over the weekend. But oh well. Gonna find out what it's going to be like in New York when I'm out there next week. So I wanted to spend a few minutes playing around with my video editing setup. Just want to try pulling that out. I'm kind of curious to see what kind of impact it's going to have on the battery. Since this is only an overnighter, I don't have to worry too much about preserving battery life. And the fridge is running. It's going to be running for a few more minutes. I'd like to get this fired up before it shuts down. So right now, total power draw is about 5.4 amp. So this is my portable monitor you've seen before. This was a really good investment. Set that up here. So I need the cable that goes from the monitor to the laptop. This is how easy this thing is to set up, really. Right here in the van. Okay. So this cable here is just a regular power supply with a USB-C on the end of it for laptops. It's a 90-watt power supply. I'm eventually going to replace it with one that runs on 12 volts so I don't have to run it off the power inverter. But for now, I'm going to power it off the inverter. Got one of my switches in the switch panel set up to turn that on. See the lights blinked as soon as I powered it up. And there's the monitor. That has come to life. And now we bring the laptop on, turn the mouse on. Ah, yeah. The fridge running, yeah, we're up there. 9.2 amps. I can see the lights flickering now. Yeah, I need a better power inverter too. I got a little cheap 300 watt pure sine wave power inverter. Definitely need something with a bit more capability to it. Fine time for my mouse's battery to die, huh? Oh well. Let's see what happens when it starts playing. Yeah, okay, so we're sitting probably around 8 to 9.5 amps, depending on what the video's doing at the time here, or what the computer's doing, so not too bad, I guess. Things as it is, so. Alright. Well, we're going to take a break here. I'm going to get back to the video editing for a bit here, and also see if I have any AA batteries in here for my mouse. And I guess we'll see you in the morning. And good morning. I slept pretty good last night. Bed is still very comfortable in this van, so I'm glad about that, even if it is kind of a strange mix set up there with an air pad and a mattress topper, but it works till I find something a little bit better for it. But anyway, I'm just sitting here having my coffee in the van here. It's pretty chilly out. What is it now? It's 55 degrees out. It dropped down to 48 overnight, so pretty chilly. So I turned the heat on in the van when I got up this morning, warmed the place up. I just went outside and grabbed the SD card out of the trail cam, and unfortunately nothing went by it during the night, but the angle definitely needs some work on it. So over here's the view of it. I'll put a screenshot up on the video here anyway for you to see it. So that's what the view looks like. It's nothing too much to see there. It's kind of a narrower field of view on the camera than I'd like, and the infrared LEDs on it certainly don't illuminate a whole lot around it. But it did see the scenery out there. Could see the fire pit and that, but nothing too terribly exciting. But let's see if I can find this other picture I wanted here. Closer to it here. Card's a little bit slow, but there I am outside at the fire pit, and this is next shot here. It's when I first turned the camera on. As you see, I had my video camera aimed up at it, recording me turning it on. So, yeah, nothing exciting. No deer or anything came through between the van and the fire pit during the night. But you have to work on the mounting setup on it, because it really does need to be lower and aimed straight out. But there's nothing to mount it to lower on the van, so I'll have to figure that one out. But we'll get there. Well, either that or I just strap it out into the trees, aim it back at the van, and watch the van instead. But then two problems. One, I'm less likely to see wildlife in the woods, and two, I'm also much more likely to forget the camera, which would not be a good thing. So I don't want to do that either. But yeah, I think it's going to be a good addition to the van. Yeah, it's a cheap one. Doesn't work phenomenally, but it will work. So this is just going to be a quick visit here this morning. So I'm going to make some breakfast, have that, and then we're going to pack it in and head back home so I can drop my van off for a shop visit. So I was thinking of making some French toast or something for breakfast, but I decided just to keep things simple today and just make some bacon and eggs. I didn't feel like dirtying up all those dishes and things like that to make breakfast. I goes with my phone now. Now I wonder what's coming in for messages anyway. So I decided to just keep it simple. Bacon, eggs, quick, easy, less dishes to wash. So that's my big exciting breakfast for today. So I'll have that. And yes, Mom, I am taking my vitamins. Anyway, I'll catch you after breakfast. So that's it. The van is all packed up. I'm ready to take off. It was a fun little adventure, and it was just a quick overnight micro adventure. It was still fun. I got my got a chance to test out my shelves there that I've installed on the side of the van. Those things are going to work great. I already know that. I got to play around my little trail cam for a bit too. It's definitely going to need some adjustments. I'm thinking it really needs to be just mounted off the side of the van down here someplace would be the ideal spot for it. I'm not sure how I'm going to pull that off yet. But we'll figure something out. For now, we'll go where it was anyway. At least it will do something. Won't do much, but at least it will do something. So we'll play around with that on the next trip. And otherwise, yeah, we got everything packed up. All set to go here. Nice little campsite. I didn't have any neighbors in the next site over, so that was good. It was quiet here. And yeah, not bad for $17 a night. And very close to home. Now it's time to go drop Wolfman Jack off at the shop there to get his oil change and tire rotation, and we'll be ready for the much bigger adventure in New York. So we'll catch you on that one. We're driving all the way out to Letchworth State Park, the Grand Canyon of the East, with my brother there. So it's not going to be my typical solo adventure. It's going to be a very busy trip. My brother has a lot of stuff he wants to see in this very short amount of time, so we're going to be doing a lot of hiking, a lot of driving around and stuff, but we'll catch as much of it on video as I can here. As you know, I don't do well on my videos when I'm with other people, but we'll pull it off as best as I can. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button below there, because we got a lot of adventures still coming up. It's September 1st now, but we're not done by any means. We got September, October, and November of travel coming up. And I take December off on travel, and we'll pick it up again in January. So, lots to come. With that, remember, slow down and enjoy life, and we'll talk to you guys later.